check in with the new guy, Kekich, over at the terminal. He's...
Trying to remember which in order. This was after. I think this is the next one. So I've completed the Madison Field Hospital on hard. Next I'm headed towards the to the refugee camp. Seems to be okay. I just have this rifle on my back because it looks nice. And it's the companion for the handgun I have. That being this handgun. But the only thing it benefits if you switch back and forth between the two, and I'm only going to use Centurion, so. But it's got some, I have some nice, I think I modified it to put determined on it, if I remember right. So, here. I am not ready for challenging. I need to put together a tactician set for that. Full tacticians. And well, I have it with the other character, just not with this one yet, just yet. In fact, I probably should have. Ammo capacity is not a thing. Got a lot of reclaimer. Which that one I could switch the LMG damage to pistol damage, and that would be fun. Actually, I probably could put together a reclaimer set. This is what I really want. A good set of the Nomad. But that might take a little while to get them all up to the level that I'd want them to be at.
Agent, it's Dr. Candle. I want to stress to you the vital importance of safeguarding any civilians you may come across. The math says some of those people must have survived the dollar flu. That means they've got antibodies to it that I need to have a hope in hell of fighting this thing. And the ones who are just sick, having a broader genetic diversity of virus samples will help us track the virus's rate of mutation, which is a long way to say, keep those people alive until I get what I need from them. Got that? Great.
Basically, save everybody.
Makes my skin crawl. I just want to get We got a Johnson going. Cover. Get ready to burn. I'll light them all up. Cover me. Come through here. Headlight express. Oh, crap. Following us.
Oh, I forgot I had that one. Others might bite it first.
I'll check over here when they hide like that. They're following me.
I need to switch back to this.
Gotta be done.
Right. Much better. I had changed the setup to try to do a legend challenging. Basically. A little bit outside my range. Or maybe it was legendary. Yeah, I think it was legendary.
I'm coming for you! Get it out! It's over! I'm coming for you! Taking it out! Taking it out!
Trying to get some space between that guy is a pain in the rear.
Let me do my job!
Alright, starting to get back into it again. Each hit throws me off just so slightly.
Agent, you need to hear this. Faye tells me the cleaners are holding the entire Tent City prisoner. That's what it looks like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go? Wherever the biggest concentrations are. Refugee camps, shantytowns. Jesus, you don't think they'd... Draconian solution, but highly effective. Sure, if you're a genocidal maniac. You ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this thing? Every day, Doctor. Every day. Good luck, Agent.
There's another path through here. And you run into two survivors as well.
Hey, you thinking of running?
We gotta get out of here. Those guys, I've seen it. They burn people alive.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
Making sure they don't see me. I'm telling you, we're in deep shit.
Warning. Contamination levels increasing.
You hear that, Agent? You're walking into the teeth of it now. Don't forget what I said about keeping any infected refugees alive. I mean, obviously you're gonna try and keep them all alive, but I need those virus samples, and I really need viable antibody samples from survivors. So keep them extra alive, I guess. You know what I'm saying. I'm going back to work now. Candle out.
I'm also attempting to try long distance accuracy as well. All that too. Two, three hits so far. 4, 5. 5 or 6 hits for veterans. Go with a handgun at least. Much easier to hit it with a larger weapon. But if you can hit it with a handgun, you can likely hit it with a higher weapon with a good scope. So.
It's like I forgot everything that happened before.
Perhaps not the most efficient or quick way to do it. But it is flashy against cleaners who insist on wearing flammable things on their backs or sides. The only time to watch out for that is right up ahead. They're civilians, so
We have a shipment of antivirals arriving shortly. Heads up!
Warning. Chemical signature of explosives detected.
Confirmed.
Here is
It's Napalm B, all right.
civilians will run
With that
back
much
and
capacity,
forth
they must be planning to burn out the
in
whole
this
damn
area,
yard.
so
And when
you
they
have to
do,
be
they're gonna kill
very
every
careful.
last refugee in that shanty town. We need that tank moved somewhere safe.
Such as that civilian right there. This means being careful not to cause them to explode while civilians are nearby. One way to get the engineer to move is to damage their turrets, but not destroy them. If you do that, then there's a good chance that they will return to their turrets. Heal it, that is. And when they do so, they expose themselves to be shot. Check this shield, make sure it has mods. There we go, much better. I need I had to switch these abilities around slightly for the legendary mission that I attempted.
Gonna hold? Not for much longer. That crane won't support more than 6 tons that far out on the jib.
Explosion range is larger, I think.
Fire in the hole! This should do it! Let me do my job! Got the hold up!
Yeah, I didn't hit the weak point enough times.
Let me do my job!
One tango on the way down.
Stay out of the burn radius! Let me do my job! Stay out of the burn radius! Fuck!
Takes about 5 shots on their weak points for this pistol.
Going in! I got this! I'm clear!
The angle is not always good. Shield versus shield only against those. Not that you can't hit them, it's just angle's not always good for it.
What the?
Okay, Agent. As soon as you lock the situation down, I've got a joint Sarah JTF strike force ready to move in. They'll take samples from as many refugees as they can find. Medical personnel?
All you can do is
A couple of
just wait it
EMTs
out.
in the mix, Doctor? Yes.
A couple? As in only 2?
The rest are first aid certified. They know how to tackle things. Get going, Ace.
Without contaminating the samples, I assume.
Or infecting themselves. Yes.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you, Doctor. Get moving, Agent.
Sometimes it's just better to remove dangers.
This is all for the greater good.
Engineer and rifle flamethrower combo.
All those infected make me sick.
No.
Sorry.
Took them long enough.
Get over here. Getting the gun ready.
Turrets down. That will cause the engineer to eventually go back to it. Just like that.
This is Dr. Candle. Sampling team, can you hear me?
Patel here. Go ahead, Doctor.
Oh,
Engineers
Lieutenant,
are
good.
predictable in
Listen,
that
I need you
manner.
guys to log intake info from everybody you
Long
get
as
a
you-
sample from. Age, gender, ethnicity, general state of health on a 10-point scale. Then label and group the samples according to...
Excuse me, Doctor. But maybe this could wait until we get confirmation the op is actually complete.
You saying you don't have faith in your agent?
Just focusing on the task at hand. Lieutenant, we'll radio the doctor as soon as the area is secured.
Yes, ma'am. Don't worry, Doctor. We'll get it all worked out.
I hope it's only the survival of the human species we're talking about.
Copy that, Doc. Hotel out.
The thing about grenaders is they're also easy to manipulate. If you're just far enough away, they'll throw grenades at you rather than shooting at you. At which point, if you have your shield and you move around, you can usually do well with that. This is not true of the LMB grenader. I would not attempt that with that. Our rifle grenades are no joke. But I've learned some of the others can be manipulated just as easy as those
You know the
engineers.
situation. It's too late for these people here. They're dead, every one of them. But it's not too late for us. We do what we gotta do. Might not be too late for the rest of the country. So go to work.
Come on, peek your head up.
Gotta refill the tank. Get the area.
That said, they are a danger because they can force you out of cover. Which is why I like to walk around with a shield, so mobile cover.
Finish the job.
One way to handle them is to stay up here. If you do that, make sure you take out the grenader first. Because that will keep you moving back and forth. Easy to manipulate, but still a danger. One or two ways to handle it as well. If you have your shield to where it can repair itself, just fall back and then let your shield heal. The other way is to just fall back and let it proc again. But they won't be able to follow you. So basically you're using your terrain against them.
Everybody go in.
Also, it's effective against engineers because they use a shotgun. Not that well. They can still hit you, which is the weird thing. They still have a really good aim. So that's to be expected from AI. If you wanted a breather, you could do this. Yeah, that should be enough. What that means is eventually he'll go back and heal it. Not at the detriment of his life sometimes, but eventually he'll do it if you're patient enough. But that's also if you can hold him off. It's easier to do it with the other engineers rather than the named ones, because the named ones are have slightly different programming, it seems.
Agent, if you can find the crane controls, drop that tank someplace safe.
And that's it for this one. One hard.
That should do it, Agent. Solid work.
Yes, good work. Now, sample team, listen up. Like I was saying, I'm gonna need those blood samples labeled and organized so we can track corroborating factors. Let's move this discussion to a different channel so we don't bore the agent.
Next is challenging. I don't think I have enough for legendary. Even if it offers it to me, I don't think I could do it. Not by myself. So not legendary, but challenging. This might turn out to be a nightmare.
Agent, it's Dr. Candle. I want to stress to you the vital importance of safeguarding any civilians you may come across. The math says some of those people must have survived the dollar flu. That means they've got antibodies to it that I need to have a hope in hell of fighting this thing. And the ones who are just sick, having a broader genetic diversity of virus samples will help us track the virus's rate of mutation.
Which is
a long way to say, keep those people alive until I get what I need from them.
Snipers.
Got that? Great.
Any other alterations? Engineers. Early on. Alright.
We gotta do this.
The mentality is not that of rushing you. I don't see a berserker among them. Nope, there's two. Isolate them and handle them.
I'm going in. Going in.
When outnumbered, divide. Alright, berserkers down. I just saw some.
We gotta do this.
What I thought was rifle. No, it's just engineers. Sniper mentality can be used against them.
We gotta do this.
again dividing.
I'm out. Hold up.
So now these engineers are fighting me without the benefit of the snipers. Meaning they're not using the full weight of their offensive abilities against me. Not only that, but the engineers were tricked into putting their turrets down in a bad location, which does not benefit them either. As long as you don't destroy the turrets, they won't replace them.
Go for it, guys.
Snipers have moved. But it's too late. Engineers are down, snipers have no support.
Don't make this harder. Oh shit! Making it nice and easy.
Took advantage of that too late.
Going in.
3 berserkers pulling them.
It's over. It's over. It's over now.
Yep.
Let it end. I'm clear. I'm clear. I'm coming for you. It's over. I'm clear. I got this. I'm clear.
Annoying.
Agent, you need to hear this. Faye tells me the cleaners are holding the entire tent city prisoner. That's what it looks like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go? Wherever the biggest concentrations are. Refugee camps, shantytowns. Jesus, you don't think they... Draconian solution. Highly effective. Sure, if you're a genocidal maniac. You ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this thing? Every day, Doctor. Every day. Good luck, Agent.
Extra ambush. Alright, dividing again. The problem is sometimes when you're diving backwards, you end up taking cover when you don't intend to. Heavy. 2 heavies.
I got this.
what it's doing is these melee are pressing me, keeping me from assessing the situation properly. Alright, done. 2 heavies. No, 3. Quick. Yeah, not just slow versus quick, but also those flames. My shield won't block those flames. Yeah, I see why they dropped those 3 melee on you. Those 3 keep you from actually... allow them to swarm you. Alright, starting over. Same situation as before. Realize there's an ambush. Do not destroy the barrels. Turrets are down. Snipers are spread out.
I'm clear. Getting the gun. Stay low. He's firing. Job done. Don't make this harder.
Keep forgetting there's an echo right there. Should trigger the next part, which is 3 melee. Might be able to use that fire again. And this fire maybe. Ambush right up ahead.
Must be a way to burn more. Faster, hotter.
Ready to engage!
Agent, you need to hear this. Faye tells me the cleaners are holding the entire Tent City prisoner.
That's what it looks like, and it fits the cleaner MO. If you wanted to eradicate every last vestige of detectable virus, where would you go?
Wherever the biggest concentrations are. Refugee camps, shantytowns. Jesus, you don't think they'd...
Draconian solution. Highly effective.
Sure, if you're a genocidal maniac. You ever wonder if we even deserve to survive this thing?
Every day, Doctor. Every day. Good luck, Agent.
Keeping me from effectively using those traps. Realize they are slow. Move into a different position. God, a grenade or somewhere. Oh, it's those big guys who are throwing it. And there are 3 of them. And I might have put myself into a bind. Rifle down, and these 2 heavies. No, 3. it goes down. Civilians missing in this area. Could be a sign of an ambush. There are 2 civilians in earlier difficulties of this level. Already there's a change of patterns with an extra ambush. Traps seem to be in the same place. Although I think there's more of them. There's at least one more up there. Maybe. Ambush.
I got this.
So an ambush down the side tunnel. Unknown about the main thoroughway.
Warning.
Ambush here
Contamination
too.
levels increasing.
You hear that, Agent? You're walking into the teeth of it now. Don't forget what I said about keeping any infected refugees alive. I mean, obviously you're gonna try and keep them all alive, but I need those virus samples, and I really need viable antibody samples from survivors. So keep them extra alive, I guess. You know what I'm saying. I'm going back to work now. Candle out.
I got this. I'm coming for you. I got this.
They're playing on numbers.
I'm clear. I'm going in.
That means a little bit of pain. Moving down the main thoroughfare now. Going to see what happens. If there's any changes here as well, or if there's an ambush over here is what I mean. Or maybe the ambush depends upon which side you go on. Or I'm just rambling. What? Yeah, it could be that. Well, like I said, traps are in the same place, but added ambushes. Seems like there's an ambush right here, so they would be able to. No, it's hard to tell. It might actually be better to go that side tunnel and engage that ambush rather than potentially having 6 people charging at you with shields and axes. Heavy. And engineer. This should neutralize that. We'll see if those drones can hop onto this.